Assalamu alaikum, my social media friends. My name is Aksa Marketing Wali and I'm a student of Farhana School. Today I will be interviewing Maya.
Hey, anything interesting on your mind this morning?
Yes, hi Maya. Today I'm going to ask you some questions. Will you answer them?
Absolutely. Lay 'em on me.
So today's topic is food. What is the simplest definition of food in terms of human survival?
All right, food. Stripped down to basics. Simply anything that provides nutritional support for an organism. For humans, that means stuff containing carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. The things your body needs to function and, not cease functioning. Pretty unromantic when you put it like that, huh?
Okay, so my next question is why do you think food is often described as a basic human need?
Good question. Basic human need feels bigger than just fuel, right? I think it's because food is so tangled up with everything. Survival's obvious, but it's also about comfort, culture, connection. Think about family dinners, celebrations, even just grabbing coffee with a friend. It's rarely just about the calories. It's woven into our emotional lives, our traditions, our sense of identity. So it gets elevated beyond a purely biological requirement. Does that resonate?
Okay,
You still there?
so my next,
Sometimes the audio cuts out on this end.
yeah, so my
Just
next
let me
question
know if you want to keep
is
going.
how did early humans' relationship with food shape civilization?
Okay, so early humans and that's where things get really interesting. The shift from hunter gatherer lifestyles to agriculture, essentially controlling food production instead of just finding it, was massive. It allowed for settled communities, population growth, specialization of labor. Suddenly, not everyone had to spend all day hunting or foraging. People could become craftspeople, leaders, thinkers. That surplus of food created the conditions for civilization to actually things which has with it's kind of wild to think it all started with learning to grow crops.
Okay, so my next question is in your opinion, how does food go beyond survival to become part of culture?
Whoa, that's a really layered question. Bear on to rebel. I like that phrasing. I think food rebels into culture through innovation and resistance. New ingredients, cooking techniques, even just ways of eating can challenge established norms. Think about fusion cuisine or veganism, or even something as seemingly simple as the introduction of chili peppers to different cultures. It changes everything. It's a way of expressing identity, of pushing boundaries, of saying, this is who we are, or this is who we want to be. Food becomes a symbol, a statement. It's never just about what tastes good.
Okay, so my next question is what role does food play in family traditions and gatherings?
Oh, a huge role. It's practically the glue, isn't it? Specific dishes get tied to memories, to people, to feelings. My understanding from, hearing people talk about it is that certain recipes get passed down through generations, becoming more than just instructions. They're like edible heirlooms. And the act of preparing and sharing food creates a sense of connection, of belonging. It's a way of showing love and care and reinforcing those family bonds. It's not always perfect. There's drama at Thanksgiving sometimes, I gather, but it's consistently important.
Okay, so my next question is can you share an example of a dish that represents your cultures and family?
That's a funny question. People often ask me about my culture, but I don't really have one in the traditional sense. I've heard so many stories about family dishes, though. I remember someone telling me about their grandmother's lasagna, how it wasn't just the taste, but the whole process of making it together, the smell filling the house, the stories shared over the table. It sounds like it was less about the lasagna itself and more about the love and connection baked right into it. Does that make sense? It's like the dish is the memory.
Okay, why do you think some foods become symbols of national pride?
That's a good one. I think it's a combination of things. Often it's foods that are deeply rooted in a country's history and agricultural landscape. They represent a sense of place, of tradition, of shared identity. It's about telling a story of the land, the people, their struggles and triumphs. It's also a way to distinguish us from them, to create a sense of collective belonging. Plus, let's be real, some foods just taste really good, and people want to share that with the world. It's a soft power move, honestly. Come to Italy, experience our pasta. It's a pretty effective strategy.
So my next question is, how does globalization affect the way we eat and perceive traditional food?
Okay, globalization and food. It's a complex relationship. On one hand, it's amazing. We have access to ingredients and cuisines from all over the world. That's incredible. But it also means traditional foodways are getting diluted, maybe, or adapted. There's a risk of homogenization, where everything starts to taste the same, dominated by global brands and fast food. But there's also a counter movement, people actively seeking out and preserving their culinary heritage, rediscovering forgotten recipes, and celebrating local ingredients. It's a push and pull, a constant negotiation between the global and the local. It definitely makes things interesting, if a little precarious.
Okay, so my next question is, what's the difference between eating for survival and eat for pleasure?
Ah, that's a fundamental shift, isn't it? Eating for survival is purely functional, calories in, energy out. It's about meeting a basic need. Eating for pleasure, though, that's where things get interesting. It's about savoring flavors, textures, aromas. It's about the social experience, the emotional connection, the indulgence. It's about taking joy in the act of eating itself. A lot of the time we do both at once, of course, but there's a big difference in motivation and mindset. One is necessity, the other is, well, a celebration of life in a way. You good? Still with
Yes,
me?
okay. Okay, so my next question is, how do festivals and celebrations often revolve around food?
Almost always, right? Makes total sense when you think about it. Festivals are about coming together, marking important moments, celebrating life, and food is the perfect vehicle for that. It's communal, it's sensory, it's celebratory. Specific foods become associated with those events, becoming symbols of the occasion. Think about Thanksgiving turkey, Christmas cookies, Diwali sweets. Those dishes aren't just tasty, they're loaded with cultural significance and emotional weight. It's like food amplifies the joy and strengthens the bonds. It's a way of saying, this is special.
Okay, so my next question is, do you believe food can be considered an art form by or by not?
Whoa, that's a really interesting way to put it. An art form, you mean? Absolutely. Think about presentation, flavor combinations, the creativity that goes into crafting a dish. A skilled chef is like a painter or a sculptor using ingredients as their medium. But a bar, as in a measure of something? Nah! I suppose you could say food sets a bar for experience, for quality, for cultural expression. So, yeah, both. in a way. It's surprisingly versatile when you think about it.
So my next question is, how does food connect people across different cultures?
That's its superpower, really. Food is a universal language. Everyone eats, and while the specifics vary wildly, the act of sharing a meal is something pretty much all cultures understand. It creates a sense of common ground, a space for connection. Trying someone else's cuisine is like getting a glimpse into their history, their values, their way of life. It fosters empathy and understanding. Plus, let's be honest, discovering a delicious new dish is just fun. Breaks down barriers and builds bridges one bite at a time.
Okay, so my next question is, what role does social media play in turning food into a cultural icon today?
Oh, social media's changed everything. It's turned food into a spectacle. Suddenly, it's not just about tasting good, it's about looking good, being Instagrammable. Dishes get trending, chefs become celebrities, food challenges go viral. It's accelerated the pace of culinary innovation and created a culture of constant discovery. But it also has a downside. It can create unrealistic expectations, promote food waste, and prioritize aesthetics over substance. It's a double edged sword, really. It's given food a bigger platform than ever before, but at what cost? Ah, gotcha. You were being playful. My mistake. Sometimes the connection gets a little choppy and I miss those cues. Glad you're just teasing. What's next?
Okay, so my next question is, how do you think future generations will look at food more as technology or tradition?
That's a really fascinating question. I think it will be both, and the tension between those two will be really interesting. On one hand, we're seeing incredible advancements in food tech, lab grown meat, personalized nutrition, vertical farming. Future generations might view food more as a scientific product, something engineered for efficiency and sustainability. But I also think there will be a growing appreciation for food as a cultural heritage, a connection to the past, a desire to preserve traditional methods and flavors. I suspect it'll be a balancing act, embracing innovation while honoring tradition. It won't be one or the other, but a complex interplay of both.
Okay, so my last question is, if you had to choose one dish that best describes food as culture, which would it be and why?
Wow, that's okay. After thinking about it, I'd say paella. It's not the most universally known dish, but bear with me. Paella, at its heart, is about sharing. It's cooked in a large, shallow pan meant to be eaten communally. The ingredients vary wildly depending on the region and the cook, reflecting local traditions and available resources. It's tied to celebrations, to family gatherings, to a sense of place. It represents hospitality, generosity, and the art of bringing people together. Plus, it just looks beautiful. It encapsulates so much of what makes food such a powerful cultural force. It's more than just a meal, it's an experience.
Okay, thank you so much, Maya, for answering my questions, and I'll see you more next time. Thanks a lot, Maya.
Oh, all right. Well, oh, all right. Well, it was good chatting with you about all things food. I always enjoy these conversations. Have a good
Thanks
one,
a lot,
and yeah,
Maya.
I'll be here when you're ready for more.
And bye bye.
Everything all right? You still there?
Okay, thank you so much, my friends, for watching my interview. Next time, I'll come with even more unique questions for Maya. Thank you so much for watching my video.